got a secret underneath. Yeah, she's this naughty little freak. She likes to put on a show. She likes when it tastes good. So fine.
Ah! Woo! Yeah, I'll take a tunnel. Yeah, tunnel. Yeah, money.
Have a good game, boy.
Yes, sir. That's just a baby. One time I put conditioner on my beard, and it was before a hot practice, and I just got all that beard conditioner in my mouth. Hey, Brian, I'm gonna need these cut. I'm gonna stretch right now.
Big dog on me, big dog on 3, 1, 2, 3.
Big dog! God's war! May your hammer be mighty. Hey, you're a big ass boy. Can't believe I let a DB tackle me in space. Well, we're gonna score right here. We're gonna score right here. Believe that.
Looking downfield, rifling left side. Tucker Kraft wide open. Tucker Kraft tight ripping the left sideline to the end zone for the touchdown. Like a gazelle down the sideline.
We scream too much. We were only screaming. We were only screaming. He got wheels. Wonder how fast I was going. My legs hurt. You're flying. My glutes are on fire. DB didn't get me that time.
We gotta put one together now. Let's go.
JD's magic. He knows that they're gonna not finish their drive. I hope so. I wish he knew witchcraft.
Down the left side. It is intercepted. Intercepted by that man. And for the 5th game in a row, X on the spot, McKinney.
I'm glad he's on our side. I'm sure glad 2-9's on our side.
Looking around, screens it out. Tucker Kraft cuts it back, 10 to the 5, reaching, end zone. He is in.
Come on, man. I got in there. You're a dog, boy. You're a dog.
Tucker Kraft for the 2nd time today.
You're so big, boy. You're so lit right now, boy. I'm tired. I'm proud of you. Mic him up. Mic him up.
Whatever you're feeling, man, make sure you don't forget it.
Yes, sir. I kind of make my own open field situations most of the time.
His love, wide open. He's got Kraft. Tight end Trevor with stiff arm. Kraft's going the distance. He plays the game the way it was meant to be played.
He loves ball. He works non-stop. He's relentless. And he's got a great mindset.
He's a dog, you know. Every time he touches the ball, he has that mindset that he's trying to score.
Screens it out. Tucker Kraft cuts it back, 10 to the 5. All right, there we go. He's going to be a folk hero, folks.
He's just a tough-minded dude. And it's been really cool to watch a guy and see the growth and development.
I don't think about plays before they happen. I just watch Jordan spit them out and try to do my best to execute.
The last 2 games have been great, but take a look at the last 16 for a real good look at the jump we've seen from Tucker Kraft. he's been giving would-be tacklers plenty to think about, while racking up 11.8 yards per catch during this span that dates back to last November. Even with the emergence of Kraft, the Packers offense is still looking for more as it rolls through the second quarter of the season.
You know, I think it just comes down to consistent execution and trying to be as clean as we can for 4 quarters, and I don't think we've done that yet.
You know, our offense trusts each other, so, you know, we don't think there's no play out there we can't make. So, you know, coach, that's all you need is trust from the coach, you know, and the quarterback.
I like who we have, and I think we're just going to keep building.
Looking left, still looking, waiting, throwing, end zone, touchdown!
We do have to get a little bit more consistency, I would say, just making sure we're getting positive plays, staying ahead of the sticks, trying to stay out of the third downs as best we can.
If you're looking for complimentary football, you've come to the right place. Defense, and the Rams running the ball, and Lucas Van Ness is making great use of his hands. He sheds the blocker and makes first contact with the ball carrier. Kingsley Enagbare comes in from the other side, and watch his right arm and hand. He literally punches that ball out just the way he's coached to do, and the mad scramble is on. And Xavier McKinney, he just has a knack. He's there when the ball squirts out, Johnny on the spot picks it up, and he puts the Packer offense in business, 1st and 10 at their own 30. A 4-yard run later, the Packers faking around to Jaden Reed, and Jordan Love is back to pass. Dontavian Wicks is occupying the corner. Bo Melton is dragging the nickel back upfield, and Josh Jacobs is drawing the coverage of the inside linebacker. Right in between those three, Tucker Kraft pops wide open. It's almost like the Packers planned it that way. Jordan Love gets the ball to him. Tucker puts it in his left hand so he can use his right hand for the stiff arm. And Dontavian Wicks, he is blocking one, and it turns into 2. And the Packers take a 17-13 lead. On the ensuing kickoff, keep an eye on Javon Bullard. He makes quick work of the blocker, and then in the open field, just splatters Blake Corum. Stops him dead in his tracks inside the 30. Offense, defense, special teams, all in the span of 4 plays and 1 minute. That is complimentary football at its very best.
Here's the handoff. Jacobs picks his way, bounces to the right, to the outside. He's got an angle. He's to the end zone, to the pylon. Touchdown!
In Sunday's win, running back Josh Jacobs jumped into 4th place on the NFL's rushing list, thanks to some tough running.
Give it to Jacobs, has a hole off the left side, breaks the tackle, 35 to the 40, outside the hash mark, out to the 42 on a gain of 12.
Of his 402 rushing yards this season, more than 300 have come after contact.
Wow, what a run by Jacobs!
And Sunday's clash with the Cardinals features another top 10 rusher in 8th-year vet James Conner. Arizona's team captain has been rolling in the desert, ranking 7th in the league in rushing yards, and coming off his first 1,000-yard season.
Conner, a nice hesitation, able to jet up the sidelines. Conner got a block. Conner all the way for a touchdown.
He's a punishing back that can wear defenses down, and he's tied for the league lead in first down rushes in the second half of games. So for the Packers, fan support will play a pivotal role, just like it did in Sunday's victory.
I thought our fans were outstanding, better than I could have ever envisioned, being on the road in LA and kind of creating a home field advantage for us. You could certainly hear them. Shoot, I knew right away when Jaden Reed's on that big catch.
By the Packers, Jaden Reed at the 1-yard line.
Felt them on Tuck's long pass as well, and that fourth quarter, especially helping our defense, I thought it was certainly impactful.
Congratulations as Defensive Player of the Week. Is that a cool thing at your stage of the career?
Yeah. It's cool anytime obviously it's an honor anytime you're able to get that award. I've won it before, so, I mean, it's just another, little small accolade. So.
They don't usually give it to someone on a losing team, though. So obviously, getting to that third win and defensively what you guys did last week, it's holding it down at the end of the game. What does that say about where your defense is and continuing to go along with this work in progress?
Yeah, I think we just continue to keep finding ways for us to improve on each and every week. And we're going to keep, getting better each and every week. Obviously, it's little details kind of every game that we played, but we found ways to, improve on whatever that, mistake was throughout the week. So just the way we've been playing, though, has been good to see and happy for us.
When you have guys like Charles Woodson tweeting about you or, showing type of love, do you allow yourself to take all in, this historic run you've been on to this point?
Yeah, I try not to dwell on it too much. I think these are things that I'm going to celebrate after the season's over with. But right now my focus is just, being present for my team and for my teammates and trying to be the best version of myself that I can be. And if I'm, soaking in, I did this, that ain't going to help, us as a team and as a defense. So I'm just trying to, each and every week, if I do something, all right, celebrate it, 24 hours, and then we on to the next.
We don't get to talk to 23 a lot, but it seems like he's doing pretty good, feeling like maybe you have that guy back with you?
Yeah, I think he's doing good, but we'll see as the week goes. So, yeah.
Hey, Max, don't take this the wrong way, please, but you only ran a 4.63 coming out, right? Mm-hmm. How the hell do you cover as much ground as you do? Because I'm not saying you're not fast, but there's other guys that are faster than you. So is that film study? Is that record? What is that allows you to do what you do?
I think there's a difference between 40 speed and game speed. There's a lot of guys that I've seen run 4.3s and are slow as hell in the games. So it's funny because when I was coming out, there were teams that were iffy about it, and they were trying to get my speeds from practice, and I didn't let them get my speeds from practice because I told them that my game film was going to tell them all. And I think that's just proven true. But I think, like I said, it's a difference between 40 speeds and game speed.
You were signed here, obviously, for your leadership as well, and two young rookies are really developing in your safety room with you. They laud you with the praise.
Yeah.
So how do you see your role with them and where they're going now?
Man, I just think they're doing a great job. And honestly, I don't even like taking credit for the things that they're doing. They've, each and every week have been locked in. They've been focused, and they've been willing to, find ways to get better. And, they know what, individually what they need to do to make this defense better. And, it all clicks when they're going. So it's been great to see. Obviously, I'm still, just helping them, just through the small things. But for the most part, man, they smart guys. They're very instinctual, and they're playmakers. So don't give me too much credit. They've been doing their job, and they've been doing well at it.
Can you provide a health status update on Christian Watson?
I'm feeling better. I've been feeling better, each and every day. So kind of just been progressing along since it happened, and it's obviously been progressing a lot quicker than I think everybody thought it was. But I'm going to keep on pushing it every single day if I feel like I can, take another step, and it's, been like that. So, my goal every week is to play. Obviously last week was, out of the question, just in terms of being able to go out there and do anything that would have been remotely my game. But it's another week, and I'm trying to get out there and play.
Would you describe this week as out of the question?
That's not how I describe it, not until after the game. But my goal is to play this week.
Christian, what was your initial thoughts when you're on the field and you feel the pain in your ankle, your leg? Were you feeling the worst at that point, or what were you thinking?
Yeah, no, I mean, honestly, I was definitely fearing the worst. It was an awkward position for me to be in, and I felt my leg going the wrong way. So I mean, I've seen stuff like that happen before, and it's been pretty significant injury. So and obviously the pain alongside it was definitely scary in the moment. But I mean, I was just hoping and praying for the best, and definitely dodged a bullet. Obviously, it's still something. So working through that, but definitely dodged a bullet with how bad it could have been.
When did you find out that you kind of dodged the worst case scenario?
I mean, really just kind of, like 2 days after when I was, right away when I heard nothing was broken. I mean, that was, the first, kind of bullet. And then, just, 2-3 days later, I was, feeling significantly, better already. I was able to walk out of the boot and everything. So, I think it was just the progress that I was making so quickly was, kind of gave me that hope.
Christian, has Romeo, or does he need to have conversation, or does he need to do anything to earn, I don't want to say respect, but respect back after what happened last week among his teammates?
I mean, I think that we all, respect the way that Rome goes about his business in the building, and I think we have a tight-knit family. I mean, everyone's going to have, their own opinions on the situation, but at the end of the day, I think, 2 days isn't going to, ruin the, 3 years of work and commitment he's, put in for us. So, I mean, it'll definitely be, a little weird right away just because, I mean, it was a, pretty significant situation, for him. But, I mean, he's roamed us. So, I mean, I think it'll, blow by pretty quick and we'll all be, right back to how we were.
Rome better than everybody, probably came in with him. Was this just, just knowing his personality, was this kind of out of left field, shocking for you that this even is happening in his situation?
I mean, it's definitely surprising, but I mean, it's a mentally taxing business. I mean, there's a lot going on. We all have our, own individual goals. So, I mean, you really never will truly know what somebody's thinking, and I'll never want to, talk down on anyone's mental health. So, I mean, if I don't really still know, the exact, specifics of the situation, but I mean, whenever someone's going through something, they, do things that, you wouldn't really expect from them. So, I mean, like I said, it is what it is. So, it's behind us now. We just move on.
You've been through so much with Romeo the past couple of years. What was Thursday like for you and late last week as a whole, just to not have him there and kind of rationalize it for yourself?
I mean, it was tough. I mean, at that point, we didn't really, know for sure what was going on with him. So, I mean, it was definitely, concerning for just me personally, just, knowing him as a man and just, knowing that he could possibly be going through, whatever at this time because we didn't really know what was going on. But, I mean, it's tough just because that I mean, I always want the best for Rome, regardless of the situation, regardless of whether we're playing on the same team or playing on different teams in the future. I'm always going to want the best for Rome. So, I mean, just knowing that he's in that that position was definitely, I mean, it's tough.
In a general sense, how would you describe the scrutiny of being an NFL wide receiver?
I mean, there's a lot of expectation. There's a lot of things and I mean, there's a lot of things that people expect you to do, and they expect you to be a certain type of player. And I mean, there's guys on the other side of the ball that are getting paid a lot of money to play the game as well. So things don't always go your way. So I mean, it's tough to live up to it sometimes. But I mean, we all have goals for ourselves as well that we want to live up to, and I'm sure they exceed what everybody else is even thinking of us. So I mean, I think for me personally, I can only speak for myself. I'm always going to be harder than anybody out there. I'm always going to be harder on myself than anyone out there is going to be on me. So, I mean, it is what it is. You got to keep on chopping and just push for your personal goals.
Did you do teamwork today?
No. Yeah, no team drove by. Did individual. Ran some routes and I did some of the group stuff, just not the live team reps, but that's something I'm hoping to do tomorrow.
Christian, Matt talked about it's his job to do what's best for the team as the head coach. As receivers, we've heard Vrabel and all you guys talk about you got to be unselfish, especially when you have 4 guys of your caliber in that room. How easy is it to put aside individual goals for team goals, especially when you and Rome are coming up on contract situations?
Yeah, I mean, I wouldn't say it's easy at all, to be honest. And I mean, everyone has, different, everyone's a different person. Everyone has, their own views on everything. I mean, how I look at it is, if I just keep on doing what I do and keep on striving to be the player that I'm going to be, at some point, whether it's, tomorrow or, 5 years from now, I'm going to, get what I deserve in one way or another, whether it's, $1 million or, $50 million. It is what it is. So, I mean, I think everyone just has their own views on it. But, I mean, it's definitely tough. Because, I mean, it's a business at the end of the day. Everyone's their own corporation. Everyone's trying to, provide for their families and whatnot. It's tough to, just go by when, it seems like it's never going your way. But, I mean, I don't really think that's been the case, here for a lot of us. I think we've gotten opportunities. All of us would love to get more. But, I think that the team goal will come first and, gripe about the individual goals, later.
Going forward, how do you make this work? Because what you just said, this is a business. Obviously, I think people sometimes on the outside can lose track of that. Look at all these young, talented wide receivers. There's only one ball, right? How do you go forward in terms of camaraderie after last week?
I mean, you just move on. I mean, obviously, that's pretty simple thing to say and doesn't really sound like much, but. I mean, we've got a new game plan this week, a new goal this week to win this football game. So, I mean, there'll probably be a few bumps in the road. Just I'm trying to get that togetherness and that family feeling back. But I mean, at the end of the day, he's back in the building, and I know that his goal is also to win a football game this week. So I mean, we all have the same team goal. So I think that we're all pushing for that. It'll bring us back together.
Did today feel a little bit awkward? You kind of mentioned it might take a little time, but did they feel like that?
I mean, honestly, it didn't feel that bad today. Obviously I wasn't, taking part in a lot of the team reps and everything, but, from what I saw, it looked like it went pretty well. And, I think, just from the little conversation I had with Rome this morning, I feel like, he understands, where he's at. And, obviously the ramifications of it, and he's going to, just do everything he can to just, earn his role back in this team and just, get right back to where we were.
I don't know if you're open to sharing what you told him, but why was it important for you to have that conversation with him this morning?
I mean, I just wanted to talk to him. I hadn't really talked to him much at all throughout the process. What he was going through. So I mean, just honestly, just saying what's up and just letting him know that I'm here it was enough, and whether he feels like that's true in that moment or not. I just wanted to make sure I got that off my chest and just was able to just say what's up to him and let him know we're here for him. But I mean, I know that there's some things that he's not going to want to hear in the moment, but going to say it anyways because we're a family regardless.
Back to you, when you were riding the cart off, did you think it was over? Did you, in your mind, or you like, this might be season ending?
I mean, it did come into my head. I mean, I think the only really thing I was thinking was, even missing one more game is tough for me. I just don't want to miss any games at this point in my career. So I mean, that was really just the main thing. I don't want to miss next week, and obviously not knowing what it could be. I was, definitely thinking of what could be the outcome, but I mean, I was really just kind of tunnel vision on the fact that I just don't want to miss a game.
You've put in so much work in the offseason to stay healthy. You've gotten to this point, right? Staying healthy. How frustrating? This is a situation. It's a play that you can't avoid, right? It's part of football. It's not a lack of preparation taken anyway. How frustrating is it for something like that to happen?
I mean, it's super frustrating. But then I try to look at the positives of everything, and I think maybe all of the training that I put in to get my body right for the season is the reason I came out of it with not as bad of an injury, not as significant of an injury. So I mean, that's really just how I'm looking at it. If I'm able to go out and play this week and only miss one game, I feel like that's a positive from the whole situation for sure. So I just try to look at it from a positive perspective.
Jordan said last week that he was kind of hard on himself for throwing the ball and put you in that position. I know things happen so quick on the field, but did you know before the ball was coming as you're tracking the ball, okay, this could be bad, like I'm going to get smacked?
I mean, I definitely felt the hit. I mean, I was kind of trying to shield him off. I was kind of trying to let it get into my body and maybe shield him with my left side, but obviously he kind of dove past, so it was a tough situation. But I mean, that's just football. there's a lot of things that I've done and put Jordan in a bad situation, whether that's an interception or doing something, things that I could have done better. So I'm never gonna blame anybody or anything, but I'm glad that he came to me and just said sorry for putting me in that situation. But I mean that's just football.
How bad do you think Bo Melton wants this one against Max over there? You guys putting up some numbers.
Yeah, no, I definitely think he wants it bad. I mean, we talked about it today. Just the matchup on special teams and and on offense. He's looking forward to it for sure.
How do you assess where this offense is? You've had so many ups and downs with injuries, with yours, with Jordan's, with a lot of big long road trips to start the year. Yet you're sitting here 3-2. How do you assess things on your side of the ball as you work your way into the season?
I mean, honestly, I think that we've seen what we're capable of doing, and I think that everything that's gone, I don't want to say everything, but I think a lot of the things that have gone wrong for us have been self-inflicted wounds. So I think that we're exactly where we want to be. Obviously there's plays that we wish we could have back and stuff like that, but we're just looking forward, and we know that we have the team to accomplish the goals that we want to accomplish. We just gotta stop shooting ourselves in the foot, and we can beat anybody if we do that.
How do you feel about the state of your division right now? Everyone's above 500. Sometimes the NFC West has been looked at as that they're loaded. You guys have the best division, it looks like, so far.
Yeah, I mean, for me, I love this sport so much because I like to compete, and I mean, having more competition and having a higher level of competition it only makes it more fun for me, and I'm sure that's how a lot of guys in here feel. I mean, we're competitors at heart, so I mean, in our minds, just bring it.
Jordan, what was your reaction last week when you didn't show up to practice, and how did you find out about the reason why?
Yeah, I'm not going to get into the Romeo situation. Trying to keep that in closed doors, with the team and everything.
Going forward, how do you mend things?
Yeah, I think we move forward. Happened. It's in the past, and I think everyone's excited to have him back, and I think we just move forward with it and learn and grow from the situation.
Is there anything he needs to do, or has he addressed you guys or done anything in that regard?
I'm not gonna get into all that.
Jordan, I'm curious though. Let's say I'm one of your wide receivers, which would be bad for you, obviously. If I'm struggling with my role, or if there's something bothering me, what's kind of your open door policy for your guys that come talk to you if they're struggling with something about their role, or just whatever it might be?
Yeah, no, I definitely, as a quarterback, I always want the guys on the team, the guys on the offense who I'm throwing the ball to have that open door and feel they can come talk to me about anything, any situation, and we can build on whatever might be going through that. But yeah, it's one of those situations I love for those guys to talk, communicate with me, just so we can be on the same page, because I think as we have a good relationship, the team will have a good, everything will be better for that.
It's obviously important for you to have good relationships. Guys, you go way back with Romeo specifically, obviously. How is your relationship right now with him?
No, I think we have a good relationship. I think Rome is a competitor, and he's shown that in the time he's been here, in those 3 years. So, but we have a great relationship. We train together throughout most of the off season, and something that we've been building up. So, we'll move past this and keep building our relationship.
Jordan, in training camp, did you see? I know you saw McKinney as a big player back there, but when you were going against him, did you see this at all?
Yeah, he did so many good things during training camp. He was definitely kind of always around the ball, but to be honest, no. We all knew he's a good player, but I think the way he's going out there and playing and getting these takeaways every game, no one can see it coming, but you can't predict these things. It's what happens in the game. There's so many different factors, and just being in the right spot at the right time and going up and making plays, and it's something that you can't predict. But I think it's a credit to him. He takes advantage of the opportunities when the ball's in the air, and he puts himself in the right spot a lot of times, whether it's just reading the quarterback, reading the concept. And, he's been making some really good plays. But all along, throughout training camp, we've known that he's a good player, things like that.
Are you getting anywhere near 100%?
Yeah, I'm feeling feeling good. Coming after this game, didn't really feel any problems, so I'm definitely feeling good.
When you made that scramble and you were able to run for some yards, was that a box you checked off, able to do that in the game?
No, I mean, I feel like I could do that. Scrambles just, when the situation comes up, playing the game, having a feel for pocket awareness, things like that. But, I was confident going into that game. If I needed to scramble, I'd be able to scramble. Vikings game, I did that too. So, I was confident going in there.
Jaden had a big year for y'all last year. What's the difference do you see in him this season? Where has he kind of developed his game grown?
Yeah, I mean, I think, he's making a lot of big-time plays. And when the ball's in the air, he's going out there and taking it, And I think, where he made strides so much was last year coming in, it was year one, and just understanding the concepts, understanding where he fit in the concepts and the timing of it, and how he should be running routes. I think he's so much more precise with that, and it's credit to the work he put in too. But I think that's the biggest area is just the timing, understanding where he needs to be, and like I said, he's making plays when the ball is coming to him.
With the knee, Jordan, has that impacted the under center stuff and therefore the ability to do play action? So once you get back to being yourself, can you maybe do more of that kind of stuff?
I think maybe the Vikings week, I think that might have had an impact. But I think going forward, I've been good. I think after that game, I've been pretty solid doing all under center and gun dropbacks.
Jordan, Matt said that you guys maybe got only about 10 snaps of two shell against the Rams. That they were always bringing a guy down, mostly single high. Do you take that upon yourself where you're like, all right, well, we got to be efficient in the passing game to pull them out of this if we want to be able to run the ball with two safeties back, that kind of thing. Do you take it upon yourself that it's like, all right, we got to get this done?
No, I mean, defense is going to call what they're going to call. You kind of just react to all that stuff, and whatever play is called on our end, just go through your reads and stay true to that. But we adjust as offense. We can't predict what the defense is going to call. We want to make the most out of whether it's a run, a pass, and kind of play off what they're doing. So if we got to change game plans, things like that, mid-game, then we'll do that. But I don't try and focus too much on that.
Jordan, with all the adversity this offense has faced with your knee and Romeo, 3 longer road trips to start the first 5 games of the year, where do you think this team is as you position yourself for the next phase with a couple home games?
I'm excited to be home for sure. 2 weeks back to back, we're taking it 1 week at a time, but it'll be good. I mean, like you said, we went to Brazil to start, and a long trip to LA. So we've had a couple longer trips, but I think we've handled them all well. I mean, it's part of the job that we play, but I'm definitely excited to be back home.
Jordan, I know everybody, quarterback hunts big plays, things like that. What's the bottom line between hunting those plays and then taking what's there for you that's maybe easier, that might not be as big a splash?
Yeah, I mean, that's always the game you got to play as a quarterback is just staying true to your reads, going through and taking what the defense is giving you and, not trying to force those big plays. And definitely lessons I've had to learn and things like that. But, you got to take what they give you, and then, eventually those bigger plays will come if you keep staying true to your reads, things like that. But, you can't be too trigger happy to try and, hunt those big plays all the time and just, play off what the defense is doing.
Yeah, sort of along those lines. Oh, go ahead.
Can I just follow up?
Yeah.
You're a different guy than you were last year, where maybe you were more willing to take a check down because it's your first year starting and everything. Is it better to be aggressive now that you've seen more things, around the league and kind of what's coming?
I mean, there's always, it's so situationally, dependent. But I'm an aggressive quarterback. I'm always trying to push the ball downfield, and I believe in my arm talent and the guys around me that they're going to make plays, things like that. But it's always, you gotta, like I said, you gotta stay true to your reads and go through progressions, and if they're taking stuff away, be able to find those check downs. But I think that's something that I learned last year is I was trying to. We get in third and long situations. I'm trying to get that first down every time instead of just taking those check downs and kind of playing the game and just, like I said, taking what the defense is giving us.
So, you have had a bunch of big plays this year. How do you get back to last year's, like the second half of last year's consistency where you consistently get those first downs rather than getting some here and there?
Yeah, I mean, it just comes down to execution. We got to just keep doing what we're doing. We come here and work every week and, just try and be our best the best player I can be on Sunday and stay as consistent as possible. But you know, it all comes back down to the work. Just continue to work throughout the week and getting better.
When this offense is at its best, in your opinion, what do you think? You say it looks like.
I mean, we got so many playmakers. I think it looks like a lot of guys touching the ball and making explosive plays. You know, whether it's the run game, the pass game. You know, I think where we start finding ourselves in holes when we have penalties, we have negative plays, we have drops, things like that that put us in, you know, second and long and third and long, and you know, we kind of shoot ourselves in the foot, as you would say. But you know, I think when we're finding those positive plays and moving and getting some explosive plays, that's when we're at our best.
So Jordan, going back to Spoon's question about the downfield stuff, when Tom grades the completion to Jaden, okay, it 61 yards in the air, flick of the wrist, awesome. Triple coverage, not as awesome. Like, how does that get graded, and how do you personally view the great result and the decision?
Yeah, I got a 0 on the grade sheet for a decision there, which, you know, I knew was going to happen after going on the sideline. But yeah, I mean, it worked out, is what you say. Not a great decision. It worked out, but you can't, you know, rely on that working out all the time. You know, it's we're glad it worked, and you know, learn from it, grow from it. But not a great decision.
Still a pretty cool play, though.
Yeah, very cool play. Very cool play for sure. You know, great catch by Jay Reed with 3 guys around him, and yeah, you know, it looked cool, but it definitely could have went wrong. But I'm glad it worked out, and you know, something where I just got to make a better decision in that situation.
Did you expect that perception from Tom, or were you surprised when he said the decision?
No, I wasn't surprised. You know, Tom is who Tom is, and he's going to stay true to how he grades us, how he coaches us, and that's, you know, staying true to our reads, going through our progressions, having great feet, being on time with our feet, reading with our feet. And, you know, if you're not doing that, Tom's going to let you know you're not doing that. So, you know, that's what I appreciate about Tom and the way he coaches is it doesn't matter who it is. He's going to coach you the same and stay true to the reads and progressions you need to be doing.
Would you take that shot again?
No, I wouldn't. I would not, but like I said, I'm glad it worked out the way it did.
In that same vein, you had a third and long completion from like inside your own 10. It looked like to Reed that ended up being dropped. I'm sure that was graded really high. What's it like when you go through the process and some things work out that aren't graded well, and then you're graded really well on things that don't? How do you stay centered when results don't always match the grades in the process? Yeah, I mean, that goes back to just controlling what I control. You know, I got to go out there and be the best quarterback I can be able to go through my reads and put the ball where I need to, and you know, make the plays I need to. And I can't control, you know, a receiver dropping a ball, a DB making a good play. You know, I just got to stay true to myself. I know that things happen throughout the course of the game, and you know, you just got to be able to move on. You know, defense make plays, we miss some plays, and it's how you respond and move forward. But I just got to keep doing my job and staying consistent with that.
On the deep ball, that was your mindset if it reads down there somewhere? Yeah,
like Jay Reed said, man, he's down there somewhere. Just throw it up, make a play.
Out of curiosity, would you have thrown to, I think there was a dig route there on that play, right? And then Malik was down the right side.
No, Bo Melton, yeah, he was running a deep kind of dig route on the left side. That's my first read, and the corner stayed high over the top, so I just take that right there.
Jordan, going back to Rob's question about McKinney, I'm not asking you to help Kyler Murray figure out how to handle him, but what is it about him? Is it the amount of ground he can cover? Is it the way he disguises stuff? Like, what, if you're looking at safeties that you have to deal with, what are the skills that he has that would cause you problems if you had to play against him in a game? Yeah, I mean, like you said, I think he does a great job just playing the post. You know, he can read the concepts well and understand kind of where the quarterback's looking, and then he just does a great job playing off the quarterback and reading our feet, things like that. And then, like I said before, I mean, when the ball's in the air, he makes plays. You know, you see so many of these plays where, you know, a DB might drop it or something like that, and he's not. He's making those plays, and he just finds himself around the ball. But I definitely think it's just his ability to see concepts, and I mean that comes with film study, things like that, and just understanding where the offense is trying to take advantage of them, and he just does a great job putting himself in great positions.
With that sort of conundrum are other quarterbacks in right now when they see what he's doing on tape. At times, corners in this league have been shut down corners. They just see a lot of action on their side of the field. But when it's a safety, you can cover so much ground. What's a quarterback supposed to do?
Yeah, I mean, you got to know where he's at. Being a quarterback playing against him, you have to know where he's at all times and do a good job with your eyes and, as you take that next step, trying to look guys off and understanding that if you're looking this way, he might start drifting this way if you want to come back to the other side. So I think it's just knowing where he's at all times, knowing that he has really good range of safety, cover sideline to sideline, and, adjusting maybe taking some air off throws if you're throwing down the sideline, knowing that he might be getting there. So just knowing where he's at all times.
What have you thought of Tucker's growth since, he didn't play like the first half of last year barely, and now he's kind of a go-to guy for you?
Yeah, I mean, he's just worked. Even last year when he wasn't getting as many reps, wasn't getting the ball thrown to him as much, he's been the same guy. So he works very hard throughout the week, and, everybody loves him for the way he plays. He goes out there, lays it all on the line. And, just like I said before, his mindset when he catches the rock, he reminds me of like somebody playing running back. He's trying to score, and he's making guys miss. He's running people over, and he's very hungry, I'd say that. So he's grown, and he's been the same guy since he got here. So I'm proud of him and the work he's put in.
Hey everybody, it's Three Guys with Three Things, and Mike, you're up.
Well, Larry, it looks like the Packers are getting the band back together at wide receiver. Romeo Doubs back at practice on Wednesday from his suspension last week. Christian Watson back at practice as well after missing last week's game with the ankle injury. Also, speaking of receiver, there's a guy for the Cardinals coming into Lambeau Field on Sunday. Rookie Marvin Harrison Jr. from Ohio State, averaging 16.4 yards per reception. He is a big play guy, and he's got 4 of Kyler Murray's 7 touchdown passes.
Wes?
When you have a big play receiver, you sometimes need a big play safety to defend against him. The Green Bay Packers have that in Xavier McKinney, who we found out on Wednesday, the NFC Defensive Player of the Week, the first time the Packers have had a player win that award since Rasul Douglas with his interception against the Los Angeles Rams back in 2021. McKinney, this streak just keeps going. 5 straight games now with a pick. The question now becomes, can he get number 6 against Kyler Murray on Sunday?
Guys, I look at the Cardinals, and above all else, I see Kyler Murray. He's got a skill set that won't quit. Running the football. He comes around, turns the corner, and bang, he's gone. 50 yards for a touchdown. He averages over 10 yards a carry. And then in throwing the ball, I don't think he has a conscience. He's fearless, and yet he doesn't throw it to the other guys a lot. He's got a quarterback rating of 99.1. The guy just flat out scares me. So he's somebody the Packers have to control come Sunday. And that's Three Guys with Three Things. See you next time.
Drop a little danger, they both crave when they put